'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the mall everyone was moving, the tall and the small. The clothes were hung on the racks with care, in hope that the racks would soon be bare. The employees were waiting to be snug in their bed, while many were dreaming of the big sales ahead. And Mama with her coupon, and I with my map, Mama tells me she still has a lot to wrap. When all of a sudden there rose such a scatter, I asked Mom suddenly, what was the matter? I went to the register to get a better look, got on my tiptoes and saw a big book. The naughty and nice list it read below. I saw that the book had bits of snow. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a big old man I saw very near, with a big red sleigh so very thick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. Excitement filled the room as people proclaimed. Santa whistled, shouted, and called his reindeer by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. Commotion and thrill filled the whole mall. It's Santa, all in all. As shoppers all scattered to see up high, as you look around, everyone was facing the sky. The children all yippy at the sight of the toys, the happiness was such a jolly noise. And then in a twinkling I heard up above the reindeer flying down. I was in love. The bells that were clinking made a beautiful sound. On a sleigh, St. Nicholas comes to the ground. He was dressed all in wool, from top to bottom, covered with soot, looking like someone had fought him. A big sack of toys was flung on his back, the happy kids all peering at the sack. His eyes, how they sparkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were all red, his nose resembled a cherry. His smile so happy, I was filled with warmth. I asked where he came from. He said, the pole, up north. I watched him as he got presents out of his bag. I noticed that the presents had no tags. The kids all hustled and ran up to St. Nick. Santa says he has to make this quick, since he still has hours of work to do. The shoppers all around me blocked my view, so I asked my family if we could go say hi. I wanted to hurry because Santa was about to fly. My heart wouldn't stop beating. I was so close to Santa Claus. I went to go talk to him, but someone told me to pause. I had to wait in line to tell him my wishes. I watched Santa give the kids kisses. Now it was my turn, so I got up and sat on Santa's lap. He told me he has something special for me that he needs to wrap. I said all I need is Jesus' star to shine bright. So Merry Christmas to all and have a good night.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the barn not a sheep was awake, not one on the farm. The new heat lamps were hung by the pens with care, in hopes that little babies soon would be there. The ewes were nestled all cozy in their straw, while feelings of corn and hay played in their maw. And Mama in her sweater and I in my coat had just sat on the sofa to eat our warm oats. When out in the barn there rose such a clatter, I leaped from the couch to see what was the matter. Away to the hatch did I fly like a flash, tore open the door and took off at a dash. I ran to the barn through the new-fallen snow, raced through the gate into the sheep below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a small newborn lamb, so delicate and dear. With the little old mama, oh what a good girl, I knew in a moment it must be old Pearl. More rapid than eagles her babies came, and I whistled and shouted and gave them their names. Now Timmy, now Buster, now Bailey and Penny, on Petey, on Piper, on Cutie so many, to the top of the barn, to the top of the pen, now come alive, come alive, come alive all. As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with their new legs, mount to the sky. So up to their mother the lambs they ran, with their hearts full of joy and a mass of love too. And then in a twinkling I smiled like a goof, hearing the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, all of a sudden I heard such a sound. I jumped up and ran in a scurry, not knowing why I was in such a hurry. I ran to the door, not looking back, and bolted outside into the night so black. Looking up, I saw a sight so merry, a sleigh that 8 reindeer had to carry. In the driver's seat, I saw a man I definitely knew, and I saw the face of Santa Claus just as he withdrew. He left a few gifts as he swung on by, then phased to the clouds and shot into the sky. He left such a bounty of corn and hay, treats for the sheep, and quite the array. I gave the gifts out like a jolly old elf, of course, giving a large portion to Pearl herself. With a wink of my eye and a twist of my head, soon gave her to know she had nothing to dread. I spoke not a word, but went straight to my work, and filled all the feeders, then turned with a jerk. And looking at the sheep, I gave them a smile, and giving a nod, I departed the barn in style. I began to walk to the house, away from their lambs, to go eat my Christmas ham. And I did exclaim as I walked out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.